I've tried a lot of bizarre guitars from sketchy websites on this channel. Guitars from Wish, from Temu. I even bought an illegal guitar once. This year, I wanted to do something special for Halloween, and after receiving an ominous invitation in the form of a Discord message to check out a guitar on a dark website, yeah, turns out in addition to drugs and other nefarious things, you can just buy normal stuff on the dark web as well. Who would have thought? I figured it was the perfect opportunity to celebrate the spooky season. Will we get scammed? Will I end up on an FBI watch list? Only one way to find out. And of course, before we do anything, don't try this at home. So today is the day I bought a guitar off the dark web. Hello, fellow guitar nerds. I have a really interesting and special video for you today. I got a really weird message this morning. The message that I got was on Discord, and it says, I know this is random, but I saw your video on the 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹 and thought you might be interested. I have a '67 Gibson Flying V guitar that I'm trying to sell that I inherited from a relative's estate after they passed. The guitar is in excellent shape and comes with the original hardshell case. I know he would want it going to someone that would appreciate it, so I'll give it to you for a really good deal. The only catch is that the payment has to be in Bitcoin. Here's the listing if you're interested. So this should raise some immediate red flags. Someone's asking me for Bitcoin and they're sending me a .onion, which it turns out is a dark web link. Now, before we get into this video at all, don't do anything I'm gonna do in this video, okay? A big disclaimer here. This is just for entertainment purposes on your end. Don't try this at home, okay? What? And this would be a really great opportunity to insert a sponsor for like a VPN if I had one, but I don't. So what this person is talking about, if you didn't see it, I made a video on the Scott Ian Jackson Flying V, and it has a really cool old school throwback aesthetic to like a Gibson Flying V that they are referencing in this. So
I'm interested in this.
Now, as far as the red flags go, the Bitcoin, the dark web link and all that, it's definitely concerning. It's definitely concerning, but I thought this would be entertaining for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and risk doing it. You know, the other thing is here is the grammar's good. It's not broken English or anything like that. So I feel like, you know, maybe there's a chance that this pans out, okay? You can see the website's real pixelated and shitty. But okay, so this is a black on black 67 Flying V. Up for sale, rare 1967 Gibson USA Flying V with hardshell case. Condition is played, but no headstock cracks or major repairs. Inherited from a distant relative's estate after they passed. Selling here to take Bitcoin and avoid any taxes. That's not any of my business. Oh, we got some pictures. Let's look at the pictures here. Okay, so it comes with the original hardshell case. This one has one of those 3-digit combination locks. That's pretty cool. Okay, we've got the black. I think, man, it's so hard to tell what this picture is of. I know it's the dark web, but Jesus Christ, could you take some better pictures? It's really hard to tell from these pictures. These pictures are super grainy. Here, let's look at this one. This one looks like it might be a little bit better. Okay. All right. God, it's hard. It looks like maybe we got some scratches on there, but nothing major. Okay, we got a picture of the headstock here. Here's the back of the headstock. It has the Gibson Deluxe tuners on it. Stamp made in the USA. So everything's looking like a real guitar so far. Cross your fingers. Oh, okay, and then I guess this is a picture of the back of the headstock to show there's no cracks or anything in it. That's a good picture. Picture of the back of the guitar here. Looks like maybe some scratches or something. But it looks, you know what? I'm gonna do this, man. This I think makes for a fun video. I've never done anything like this. I've never really seen anything like this. So I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be a good time. Let's do it. Access my crypto wallet. I haven't opened that thing in forever. So depending on when you're watching this video, this could be a very expensive or very cheap guitar because I'm buying it in Bitcoin. But here we go. All right. I'm stoked, dude. This is gonna be a fun video. So it's a couple days later now. The thing showed up really, really quick to my surprise. Oddly, they must have used a courier service or something because I don't see a label on this box, and my door cam didn't catch anybody at the front door. It must have glitched out or something. So let's get this thing on a stand, yeah. Yeah, it had to have been a courier service or something because they didn't even pack it. It just showed up in a garbage bag. What do you expect when buying a guitar off the dark web, I guess, huh? So it's a little bit weird, but for the sake of this video, let's just keep things rolling, right? Try to pull this away without cutting into the case. There's something in here. I mean, it's obviously a case. If it's a fake case, it's very convincing. There you go. Let's get the reveal on this. There's another one back here. Oh shit, I can't get this lock open. That sucks. I mean, it's weighty. There's definitely something in this case. I wonder how we get this open. Okay, so I watched a 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹 video and he actually showed how to get these cases open if you don't know the combinations.
Now, as you turn this, you should feel it move slightly to the left when you're on the correct number.
And so we're gonna try that out now. All right, so I'm gonna try this 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹 method here for unlocking a Gibson case. There we go, I felt it move a little bit. Oh, there we go, moved a little bit again. This whole thing feels like someone's messing with me. I don't know who sent me that message. Maybe it was a fake account from one of my friends. Seems like an elaborate hoax, but let's see if there's actually a guitar in here. I mean, this is the case from the listing. All right, let's see what we have under this. Oh man, look at that. That is beautiful. That is awesome. And as far as I can tell, there's no cracks or no signs of headstock repair or anything. Everything looks really good. Everything looks really solid. I know that's probably hard to see on camera because it's black, but to the naked eyes, it looks like it's in really solid condition here, dude. I'm very surprised by this. I mean, I don't know what I expected, but I don't know. I didn't expect an actual guitar, I guess. I mean, maybe someone was just gonna deliver a guitar-shaped cake to my door. You know what I mean? But wow, this is really cool. Just a little bit of the normal sort of finish checking that you would see on a Gibson here at the neck. But yeah, no cracks on the headstock, nothing. A little bit of scratch back here. This actually looks much better than those photos were kind of like low quality. And this looks much better than the photos actually. But we'll plug this in and give it a good playthrough before I put it up on the bench like I normally do and just see what's up with it. Man, this is so badass. I'm excited about this. It's kind of doubtful, but let's see if we have any case candy. All right, we actually do have some stuff in here. Comes with its original microfiber cloth. That's cool. The multi-tool for adjusting the truss rod and whatever screws you need to adjust. Something in here. I'm gonna untie this. Need both my hands. I'll put you back on the stand. This is not original case candy, I don't think. What would be in a bag like this? What the fuck? Dude. I don't know if this is a prank or what, or maybe this is some theatrical thing from the previous owner, but I mean, I have a real guitar here, so he got me, I guess. Weird prank. I'm gonna clean this shit up. All right, guys, you know, despite this whole situation being very weird and feeling very pranky, I'm really stoked. This guitar, as far as I can tell, we got some fuzz here. As far as I can tell, this guitar feels very authentic. If this is a fake guitar, for the purposes of a prank, it feels very good. Like, I'm very confused by the whole situation, but you know, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth exactly. Dude, this thing plays amazing. I'm really impressed, actually. This is my first time playing a Gibson V, and I'm just really impressed. Like, the neck feels so good. It's crazy. I can't wait to get this thing up on the bench and do all the measurements and stuff, because the neck on this guitar feels so thin and fast. Feels counterintuitive to me, you know, from the outside looking in, like a Gibson guitar. The rose, I believe this is rosewood. The rosewood fingerboard is like really dark too. But yeah, it feels incredible. Despite having really old these strings feel very old. They feel like they have someone else's funk on them. Yeah, it's pretty kick-ass. Where are my manners? I'm running this 67 Gibson Flying V through the devil from my company, Obsidian Audio. You guys are probably familiar with it at this point, but if you're not, it's an overdrive with a built-in gate based off of all the stuff I like from overdrive pedals into one pedal. There's more information on the description if you want to know more about it. That is going into the 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 because fuck yeah, it's a badass amplifier. And that is powering this Marshall 4x12 cabinet with creambacks and vintage 30s in an X pattern. We're miking up both those speakers. That's what you're hearing on your end. I'm very interested also to get this on the bench and take it apart and see what is going on here with these pickups, because these pickups sound great. I don't know what this is, what these are, but they sound really, really excellent through this rig. There are some things that I do need to address though. Number one, I think what we have going on here with the bridge is pretty common with these. They sort of sag down in the middle over time. I think that's kind of what's going on here, because I'm getting buzzing in the middle strings, but not on the outer string, so that's just my guess on that one. Other than that, it just needs a really deep clean and a setup, because like I said, there's kind of like you know, gunk on here. It's not the cleanest guitar I've ever had in my life. Yeah, man, so let's get this guitar set up. I'm very, very excited to get new strings on this thing. Okay, now that I have the strings off, I want to get some measurements, and then we'll take the pick guard off here and check these pickups too to see if they're actually Gibson pickups. That'll tell us a lot once we get the pick guard off. But yeah, I want to get some measurements on the neck here, and then I want to test the truss rod too. You know, I just want to see if there's any tension on it, just make sure we're all good there, because you know, that could be a big problem if we're not. And if you look here, you can see what I'm talking about. This neck is pretty funky, pretty nasty. Just needs a lot of love, needs a lot of cleaning more than anything. You know, when I was playing this guitar and checking it, there wasn't anything that necessarily stood out to me as problematic, like something that I was gonna need to check it. Like the setup actually felt pretty good. Everything feels pretty good to play. The bridge, it's probably an issue. You know, I'll check that here in a minute as well. This truss rod is just something that I know can be an issue, not only with any used guitar, but specifically with used Gibson guitars, especially since people will try to use the wrong tools on these things and end up stripping them out. So I guess we will see what we're working with here. Okay, this actually looks good. So you can see the nut here does not look stripped at all. And you know, it's not like tightened way down or anything crazy, so it looks like it's pretty good. I just want to take the tool that came with it here and see. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. There's definitely tension on this truss rod. All right, big obstacle number one. I'm gonna leave the truss rod cover off because I might need to adjust this. I'm gonna set this up in C standard, not only because that's the tuning I normally play in, but you know, this guitar is screaming dissection to me. So maybe we'll do a dissection tone quest in the future. And dissection also uses the same C standard tuning. These are the strings that I use for C standard. If you're curious, let's check this bridge here. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's definitely bowed inward. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this. I'm gonna try my best. Hopefully you can see that. Let me explain this. If I put a straight edge on it this way, you can see a small gap in the middle, meaning that the bridge is actually going this way. So it's collapsed in the middle a little bit here. It's not horribly bad, but I will have to buy a new one. However, for the sake of moving this video along, I will just continue to use this one for the time being. Okay, moment of truth here. Oh shit, look. These do appear to be authentic pickups. Huh. Look at that. Gibson USA pickups. And then the pots that we have here also say Gibson on them. So the electronics appear to validate that this guitar is in fact authentic. So is this surprising to me? Kind of. I mean, I don't know. I guess I just didn't really know what to expect. I think it's cool. I do want to get this, there's like the plastic still on the pickguard, it looks like. I do want to get that plastic off, but that means I got to take all this other stuff off. Maybe I'll wait to do that until I upgrade all the hardware. I just kind of want to get it all cleaned up and back together so I can play it, to be honest with you. Let's check these pickups out and see what we're working with here. So on the bridge side, we have a reading of 14.75. On the neck, we're at 8.42. And in the middle, 5.36. So a pretty hot bridge pickup. I'm really excited to get this thing cleaned up and put back together. Couple things about the neck here. Look how dark this rosewood is, man. It is just really, really dark and beautiful. Someone did hack this up though when doing the fretwork. You know, probably someone like me who is a noob at this stuff. But you can just see there's like a lot of really deep scratch marks. So probably this will be refretted at some point in the future, and then, you know, I'll have the board just like resanded and, you know, get it looking better again, especially the nut right here. You can see right here in the nut, it doesn't look like it's big enough for the string to actually go into. It just looks like a, you know, just like a little crack. So it will need a new nut here at some point. I am gonna clean off the rest of the body here in just a second, but this guitar saw a lot of action. It's just, it's been through it, you know? It's cool, I like that. I like that this guitar has some history, if you know what I mean. But while we're here, let's take those neck measurements. So up here at the nut, we have a width of 42.9, just call it 43 millimeters. And then up here at the 12th fret, we're gonna call that 52.9. We'll just call it 53 millimeters. So, you know, pretty modern width there on the neck. Here at the first fret, 20.6 millimeters. That's pretty thin for a Gibson. Like I would expect a much thicker thickness for a Gibson. And then up here at the 12th fret, we're at 22.73. And looking at the shape here on the back of it, it's just a very modern C shape. It's very, very rounded. In the hands, it feels very fast and shreddy. Maybe not as fast and shreddy as something like a Jackson, but way, way thinner and shreddier than you would think a Gibson would be, or than I think a Gibson would be. While we have this flipped over, let's do some black light on this. Now, one thing that's kind of cool is you can use a black light like this to see any cracks or imperfections that the finish might hide. So we take this black light out like this and look for any cracks or anything, any repairs that the finish might hide. God, what is going on with this thing? Come on. There we go. You know, I don't see any cracks or anything. There's some stand rash right there, but right here is where you'd see any signs of headstock repair that might not be visible to the naked eye. And I don't see any of that. It's our Made in USA logo. Everything's looking good so far. Let's check the front for anything. Yeah, so far everything's looking good. Don't see anything weird or unusual. Really highlights how dirty the fretboard is. I'm glad I cleaned the fretboard off first. But yeah. Okay, I think we've discovered what we're going to discover. Let's just finish setting this thing up. So I lucked out here. I didn't have to adjust the neck at all. It's like perfectly flat with these strings on it. Just blind luck on that one there. The action is super, super low. I usually use this thing to set my action because it's just easier, but that's hard to quantify. So to give you an idea here, we're looking at like 330 seconds on the bass end and closer to 230 seconds on the treble end. And yeah, dude, no buzzing. It's just low and fast. I still need to intonate though. Fuck, I forgot to do that. We're back. This guitar is playing so good, man. And I'm really shocked. As someone who's like kind of ignorant to Gibson Vs before this plays just as good as one of my Jacksons or something like that. This is probably one of my, I know it's way too soon to be saying it, but it's one of my favorite guitars to play. It really does play very comfortably. It's got like really cold in here all of a sudden. Okay, I want to test the neck dive on this guitar here real quick. Now I am going to take this to my practice space here in a little bit and see what it's like playing, you know, a full set with it. How does it feel on the shoulder? You know, that sort of thing. You know, while we're here, we might as well test the neck dive. Oh, look at that. Literally no neck dive. That's crazy, man. And it feels so good on the shoulder too. I mean, we'll find out for sure after a full set at practice because it's quite a bit different, but just right here, right now, this feels great. And another thing I want to point out, if you're familiar with Gibson guitars, this is not news to you, but you know, for those of you that aren't, this V also has a angled neck, just like a Les Paul or something like that. So if I hold the body straight, you can see the neck angled off and then the headstock angled off from that. Gibson claims that this gives their guitars more sustain and makes the note bending easier. The note bending does feel smoother, but then part of that probably is also the fact that it's a shorter scale as well. 24 3/4 scale versus, you know, the normal 25 1/2 that I'm used to. That's a factor as well. I can't really say which one's more of a factor, but it is, you know, worth mentioning here. And then the other reason that they do this, you know, allegedly is the sustain. I'm just sitting down and editing this video right now, and I don't know what the fuck happened. I remember recording this whole video, and there's 2 hours of this. It's just this. It's just this for 2 hours. I don't know what happened. I can't explain this, but I'm freaked the fuck out right now. What the fuck is that? So there's a glitch that happens right here, and I didn't think anything of it at first. But if I go frame by frame, what the fuck is that? I don't know what the fuck to do about this right now, man. I'm really freaked out about this. Maybe I should just like abandon the video. I don't really know. I don't really know what to do. All right, so I decided to go ahead and take this thing out to band practice, and that probably being kind of ridiculous. I had a long talk with my wife last night. She reminded me that like I had some health stuff happen last year, and you know, maybe this has something to do with that. I don't really know. There's just been a lot of weirdness going on, but it's probably more me than anything else. I'm sure I'm getting worked up over nothing. So I'm just gonna go try to have fun tonight, have a good band practice, go see my friend, and just try to forget all this weird shit ever happened and just move on and have a good time, you know? Hey, what's up, man? Sorry. See, no, it's all good.
How was your day, dude?
It's good, how are you? Yeah, dude, this is the new one.
Right here?
Check it out, yeah. Well, there's one on the other side, directly across from your head. There you go. What do you think, dude? Duncan?
Yeah, the guitar's sick. Damn. Damn, this thing is sick. There's something special about this thing. I don't know what it is, though. I can't put my finger on it.
You want to take a break?
Say break.
Yeah, let's take a break.
That was fun.
Take a break. I can go do my final thoughts.
Yes.
It was good practice, dude.
It was.
Yeah, I had a good time with that guitar. I like it a lot. I really like the taper on the neck. I really like the slim taper of it. You know, it sounded really good. Neck profile is really comfortable. No hand fatigue. No neck dive at all. Like, the guitar is really light too. It's nice, easy to play, vibey. It's got the vibes too. I like it a lot, man. Really glad I did this. Where the fuck Duncan go?